package today from CDJapan. I'm really excited to get into this one. There are some series in here that I'm really excited about. So far, everything that I've ordered from CDJapan, I've been really happy with how fast they deliver, as well as how tight they package everything. So I'm really hoping this time will be the same. Everything will be packaged nice and tight inside. I have been waiting on this order for quite a while, about a month and a half, but it's because when I put in this order, there were a few items that were pre-orders that didn't have release dates until mid-September. So I knew I was going to have to wait until everything was available before it would ship. And then once everything was released and available, they got it sent to me really fast. So I'm going to get everything out of this box and unwrapped, and then I'll go through everything. And maybe you noticed that this is a pretty huge box for something from CDJapan. And it's because I actually maxed out my shopping cart when I made this order. I didn't know they have a max of 30 items when you check out, so I got 30 items. I tried to add one more item and it gave me an error message saying that my cart was full and I couldn't add anything else. But I do already have my next basket going for my next CDJapan order, but I'm trying to wait until I have enough things I want to order so that it will make it worth the price to have it shipped from Japan. Okay, so I got everything unwrapped. I wanted to do this all first because I'm really terrible at getting books out of plastic wrapping, so everything's ready to go now, and I'll go through and talk about each series. So the first one here is Attack on Titan. So if you watched my last haul video, you saw that I'm going to be collecting the colossal editions of the manga. One of the reasons why I decided to do that instead of getting the singles is because I really liked the look and different things about the colossal editions, but I also was not really crazy about a lot of the individual covers for the single volumes. But there were a couple that I really liked, and I didn't want to miss out on them by only getting the colossal editions. So these are my two favorite covers from the singles. Volume 22. And volume 27. I don't know why only one of them came with an OB. But Eren, because he's my favorite character in Attack on Titan. Volume 27. I also got these ones in Japanese instead of the English singles because I thought the spines looked cool because they're black, and that it would be kind of fun to have the original Japanese volume since I won't be reading these singles anyways. I'll be reading them from the colossal editions. But just to have these ones as displays for the art. I was also curious about the under the dust jackets, what it would look like. Cool. Okay, so they're not all the same, but it's the same style on both of them. Brown with kind of like map drawing. These are pretty cool. See if I can find some non-spoiler art to share. There's some other good panels in here, but a lot of spoilers, so don't want to share those. So I recently binge watched all of Attack on Titan, the anime, and I didn't know anything about it going into it, and I really enjoyed watching it. I cried so much, but after I finished the anime and read the ending in the manga, I knew I needed to order some of it to add it to my collection. So I did get the colossal editions and then these two singles for the art of the covers. And then I also got the anime illustration book. So this one was a little hard to find. I had to get it used, but I was able to find it through CDJapan with their proxy service. But this was a must for me because as much as I like the story, I got the manga because I like the story, but I really love the art style in the anime even more than the art style in the manga. So I wanted to get this. looks like they included the obi. So I'll go ahead and flip through this. I'm not sure if there are going to be spoilers, so if you don't want to see any potential spoilers, then you can go ahead and skip to the next section using the timestamps. Our trio. I'm so happy that they re-released the Nendoroids of these three. Heroine. Action shot of Levi. They're so cute. Back when they were happy kids. Oh. Looks like a little clear file came with it as well. Oh my gosh. This is exactly what I was wanting. So a lot of pretty art capturing the feeling of watching the anime. And then some extra illustrations of things that did not happen in the anime. Oh my gosh. Fireworks, the convenience store wearing yukata. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so good. Oh yeah. On the runway. Then showing us what it was like to record for the anime, evidently. Yes, I love these. I'm really happy with this illustration book. Very cool. Then a little clear file. Very cool. So right now my bookcase, I have two short bookcases and they're pretty maxed out, so it's going to be pretty tough fitting all of this stuff on, but once I have taller bookcases, I'm really excited about having a whole shelf for Attack on Titan, for my Colossal editions, these, the Nendoroids I have on the way. So I'm very happy with all of this so far. Okay, and then next I have Tokyo Revengers, So Young, Volume 1. So I'm really curious how many volumes this is going to be, because it's numbered, but I don't really know anything about what this is going to be like. Mikey's so cute. Little Mikey. But it's full color. Hananoi-kun. Oh my goodness. So when I saw this was being released, I knew I had to get it because I love all these characters. I'm a big fan of Tokyo Revengers. But also I have no idea if this is going to be released in English. So I didn't want to miss out on it. But it looked like there was some, not just some, but plenty of new content in here mixed in with the flashbacks that we have been able to see already in the main series of Tokyo Revengers. So really looking forward to taking my time going through this one, and curious how long these are going to be, if it's really going to feature all of the characters in Tokyo Revengers as kids. So we'll see, but I'm really happy to have this one. Next is Dance Dance Dancer. So in a recent haul, I did already order Volume 1 of Dance Dance Dancer because I liked the cover of Junpei. But I wanted to order this one as well. I've only read through, I believe, Volume 7. So I don't know about the content yet this far into the series. But I did also really like this cover. Some of the other covers I liked, I wasn't sure who all the characters were. And of course they were later in the series, so then I wouldn't know the content contained in that volume. But this is one I wanted to get because I loved that the background is all colorful and sparkly. And then we have Junpei here, likely before a performance, with his makeup done and styling his hair. But I really enjoyed the anime for Dance Dance Dancer, and I'm really enjoying the manga and hoping that I'll be able to read further into the series because I'd really like to know what happens next. But the series is about a boy who falls in love with ballet, and it follows him starting as a child, and then when he's in middle school, and then into high school. And I'm guessing past that it's going to be after high school, but I don't know for sure. But Junpei is such a fun character. Look at him. His hair. Yes. So I'm happy to have this one. The next one is another sports series. Ashi. So I do have 3 other volumes already of Ashi because they were my favorite covers. And I was on the fence about getting this one because I don't love the way that his illustration looks, but he is my favorite character, Fukuda. And I just wanted to have a cover that had him on it because the other 3 volumes I have, those covers have a lot of the players. And there are just a lot of characters I really like in this series, but Fukuda is the coolest. So I got volume 23 of Ashi. So this is another sport series, this time about soccer. And it follows, just like in Dance, Dance, Dancer, it follows a boy who is going to really seriously pursue soccer starting in middle school and then following him into high school. This is one that I have been able to read through into volume 30, and I'm really enjoying it. The anime is just about to wrap up, and I've really enjoyed the anime. And this is one that I'm really hoping will get licensed in English, because I would love to have the physicals of this series in English and be able to read them. I am considering picking up more of this series because it's become one of my favorite series, but it also is into the 30th volume right now and it's ongoing, so it'll be a long series to own to not be able to actually read and understand. So we'll see. For now, I have my 4 favorite covers, so I can enjoy those. But this is one definitely, if you haven't checked out the anime, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, the next one I got is A Sign of Affection, Volume 7, and this is a special edition because it came with a booklet. So this is a series I've really been enjoying reading in English. Volume 5 was just released recently, so we're not too far behind the Japanese releases, but usually English publishers don't release the little extra booklets. So as soon as I found out that this was going to have a special little extra, I had to get it ordered. I love this cover. I'm really looking forward to getting it in English. Itsuomi's face. He does not want to be disturbed, but he'll allow them to photograph them just for the cover. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't flip through this one because it has content that I have not read yet. This is so cute. Sleepy Itsuomi. And there's a little illustration on the obi as well. But I really love the covers of A Sign of Affection in English because of the way that they do the coloring with the hair and the clothing, and then the flowers are always so pretty. But I'm sure everyone is really familiar with this series already, A Sign of Affection. But I'll flip through this booklet for those of you who are deciding if it's worth ordering this special edition from Japan. So it is pretty thin. Let's see. Okay, so starting out with a lot of color illustrations and then a little bonus chapter. And this is not black and white, this is like kind of orange and green. So I'll have to go through and translate that. Oh, I love this. Very cool. So I really love little extras like this, even if they're not just complete art booklets. just having little extras I think is really special, especially when it's series that I really like. So really happy to have gotten a hold of this one. I've also started trying to pay attention to new releases in Japan so that I can, like this one, pre-order and have a new one shipped to me, as opposed to finding out about it later and then having to scour Mercari Japan and Amazon Japan to be able to find a used copy that usually is sold for 3-4 times the price. So happy to have this one. And then the next one is another series that had a couple extras that I wanted to pick up. So this one, in English, I think it's going to be called A Condition Called Love. So this one is going to be released in English in 2023. I think volume 1 comes out in January. So I'm really excited about that one. I do already have it pre-ordered, but I wanted to find these 2 special editions that each came with booklets. So volume 7. I think the mangas for both of these are just the regular volumes. But then volume 7 came with a special illustration book. So I'll go ahead and flip through both of these booklets too. With his long hair. So this is a shoujo series that I have read through volume 9 already. Wow, I love these. So it's a shoujo high school romance between these 2. And I really enjoyed reading it. I really like both of them. So this one too has some color illustrations in the front and then maybe a little bonus chapter. Some little extra illustrations. Yay! So I'll have to go through this one too with my translator. And then volume 10. You know, now that I'm looking at it, I think that the regular volume 10 might have had a different cover. And then the special edition, the cover was a little different. I think I'll have to look. But anyways, volume 10 came with the fan book. So when I saw pictures of this online, I thought it was a lot bigger, but it is a thin booklet, just like the other one. But the cover, the front and back, is super cute. I love them so much. Okay. It's a little bit of their character design, their character profiles. Storyboards. I'll have to look at this more closely and see if it's something that's from the manga or... Yeah, I think this is from one of the chapters. Very cool. And maybe a little bonus, a couple bonus panels. But yes, I'm really looking forward to the English release of this series. It's a very sweet romance, and I think a lot of people are going to really like it. Okay, and lastly, I have a bunch of volumes for the same series. Kono Oto Tomare. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know how obsessed I am with this series. I'm always talking about it because it is one of my top favorites. This is another series that has not been licensed in English, but it does have an anime, and the anime is really good. It has 2 seasons. Highly recommend it. I do already have volumes 21 to 26, so I recently decided to go ahead and pick up the rest of the volumes, so 1 through 20, and then the new release, volume 27. So this series is about this guy, Chika, who is a former delinquent. He has a really bad reputation from middle school, and as a first year, getting into his first year of high school, he joins his high school's Koto club. And along the way, you meet all these characters. So I'll go ahead and show from volume 1 some of the art. And the art is so good even from the first volume, but then even into the later volumes, it's just so beautiful. So this is kind of a slice of life series. It does have some romance. It really is all about these kids learning this instrument and learning to work together. A lot of strong friendship themes and a lot of really sad flashbacks, but again, this is one of my favorite series, so I'll go ahead and show all the covers, and then I believe each volume has a color illustration inside too, so I'll show those as well. So the later volumes, they're like mini posters where they fold open. Volume 3. I love all these boys. Chika's grandpa. If they released an art book or an art booklet of just these illustrations inside and maybe the covers, I would be so happy. I would pick it right up. Volume 5. These are really pretty back covers. So after I really loved the anime, I wanted to know what would happen next, and that's why I read the manga. But I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. Just continuing after the anime, because in the anime, the music plays such a big role as they're learning this instrument and doing performances. And so how could the manga that doesn't have the music be able to convey that? But the story is so good. The characters are all so lovable. Takinami-sensei. Chica's so cute, eating his strawberry cake. Volume 10. Akira. Oh, this is a cool back cover. Okay, so this looks like the first fold out one. So happy. Tetsuki is left out a lot because he's not in the club, but I love the illustrations when he's there with all the guys. Volume 11. They have so much fun together. Makes me wish that I could be in high school again and be in their Koto club with them. Okay, in volume 12. Yes, love these. Kind of a fantasy battle themed illustration. This was another cover that I liked, but for all of them together, I liked volume 22 and 26 the most, so those are the first ones that I got. Yes, we definitely need some kind of little art booklet for Kono Oto Tomare. Volume 16. Volume 17. All the little colors here. I'm not sure if those are just supposed to be sparkles or like cherry blossom petals. Volume 18. Oh, this one looks like it has a little bit of a dent or something. Volume 19. Yes, I love this one. I especially love all the illustrations of all of the boys together hanging out, so I'm really happy to have this one. So these two are my favorite characters, Tetsuki and Chika, and then of course Takinami-sensei. Volume 20. And then in another haul, I did already get volumes 21 to 25, and I had gotten volume 26 earlier. So then the latest released volume is 27. This is the only one that came with an obi. Got their kotos. So I'm really jealous of the people in Japan who were able to buy their volumes from, I think, Animate. It came with an extra print with the volume. And I have been seeing that print on Bai, so on Mercari Japan, so I might end up buying it secondhand. And then, ooh, this is a good one. So these are characters you don't meet till later on in the series. They're not in the anime. But wow, this is a nice one. Okay. So now I have Kono Oto Tomare complete in my collection. I know that chapters have been released already into volume 28, so I'm really excited to see what the next cover will be and to see more of the story of this one. So if this is a series that you haven't heard about or that you haven't looked into, please watch the anime. It's so good. You won't regret it. So I know this has been a long video so far, going through all of this stuff, flipping through the little booklets. So thank you so much if you stuck around to the end. I hope that you maybe found a new series that you're going to give a try, either a new release in English or these Japanese volumes or these Japanese series that don't have an English license, but they do have animes out for them. So I'm really excited to add all of these to my collection. I feel a little ridiculous having so much Japanese manga when I can't read Japanese. In my defense, these ones that came with the booklets, I bought them for the booklets because I'm going to buy the English manga as well. And I will go through with my Google Translate on my phone and actually go through and read the content as well. So really excited to have all of these. And also with Attack on Titan, looking forward to having my whole collection come together with that, as well as Tokyo Revengers as the omnibus volumes are released in English. I'm happy that more people are able to get into this manga and see what it's all about. But this is everything for my haul this time around. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you soon in another video. Thanks for watching.